Christmas may be over, but the holiday break is just beginning for the kiddos, and it's important to keep them in mind during this season. Here to help us out this morning is Dr. Marcia Slattery, a child and adolescent psychiatrist with UW Health. Thanks for joining us this morning.
It's great to be here.
So this is a time of year the kiddos don't have a lot going on, but it's important to keep them busy.
Right. Yeah, the holidays are really fun, and it's great for them to have the time away from school. But the problem is that when they're away from school, what most parents don't realize is that in and of itself is a hidden stressor, and oftentimes can contribute to more anxiety and stress for kids. So really trying to think about how can we design what their break is so they enjoy it, but also feel like they have a sense of predictability and routine. And that really is what's key. When you think about a child's, typical day, think about school and what the day is. They know exactly what's going to happen. They know when the bus is coming, when their classes are, and importantly when recess and lunch are, of course. And so it's predictable. And that sense of routine and predictability gives us a sense of consistency and control and security. And that's important. And we can see that in the classroom, right? The schedule is on the wall or on the whiteboard for kids to reference. So using that same sort of model at home, because when you think about the holidays, not only are they away from their routine and their schedule, but you also throw in a pretty chaotic holiday schedule, right? We're doing different things, we're off of on our routines, etc. And it's oftentimes the perfect recipe to have more stress and anxiety. So knowing that ahead of time, parents can build that in during the holiday break to try to have some more consistency.
I was going to try and relate it to summer break, but this is almost a little bit different in the fact that you're trying to jam-pack everything into those couple weeks.
Yeah, it's in a very short period of time, and then they have to transition back to school, which is a really good point, because the more that you can keep some factors the same, that will allow that transition back, including some consistency in routine. So, for example, a primary thing to really make sure that you're keeping routine is sleep. The bedtime schedule and enough sleep, that's really critical. But also thinking about during the course of a day. We don't want our kids to be overscheduled and have every hour scheduled. That wouldn't be right either. But really thinking about things in chunks of time, right? So that you have like morning and afternoons and evenings and when lunch and dinner is, and put that on like a small whiteboard or a piece of paper, visually write it out, put it somewhere where the kids can see, like on the front of the refrigerator. It anchors them that this is what the day is. Just like at school, they can see what the schedule is. It doesn't have to be overscheduled, but it gives them anchors about what predictability is and have them involved about what to include, what activities to include in particular.
We've got a few seconds left, but I know even as adults sometimes when you're off that routine, it can really cause some problems.
Absolutely, and parents need to keep the routine too. It's good for them, including adequate sleep, but planning ahead what the days are. Again, not overly scheduling, but having anchors about what certain things may happen each day and involving your kids in that process. It's a wonderful time for parents and kids to really spend that week together. So using that opportunity to think about what to do together and how to plan it actually can pay off a lot in the long run.
All right, Dr. Slattery, thank you so much for your advice this morning. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And stick around. There's more news for you this morning when we come back.